Hey guys, this is how I put together my Dreamcatchers. I basically just use chain, a series of tools, and some gemstones and a hook. So to get started, I lay everything out and figure out the placement of where I want my feathers to be. I normally leave a longer gap for the longest one, and then there's a couple inches between the other ones on the side. It's just kind of whatever feels right. There's not like a set measurement or anything. And then I'll just hold the chain and I'll take it to that area and I'll figure out how long it needs to be in order to design it based on how I laid it out. Use my cutter tools, cut it, lay the piece down where it's going to go, and then go to the next section. These don't take too long. Adding the gemstones at the end is kind of the longest step just because you have to make the little post and tie them all off individually. But everything else honestly goes really quick. So now that I have everything laid out, I'm just going to go ahead and start attaching everything. I start from the bottom and work my way up, from the feathers up, because I add little chandelier chains across from point A to point B just to add like some depth and some, I don't know, something different I guess to it. They look kind of silly without them, I think, in my opinion. Alright, for the chandelier piece, it's a lot easier to do when it's all hanging. But as long as you kind of like lay it down with a curve in it, you can get a good idea of how it's going to look. That looks pretty great, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it right where I was holding it at. And then when I go to attach these two jump rings, I'm just going to add that piece. So I'm going to add the center one first. It's the easiest one out of those three. Gets it out of the way. Here we go. And then going to the sides. And then we need to add this piece on. And being mindful that the one with the feather is going towards the back of it and the chandelier piece is going towards the front of it because we want the chandelier piece to hang over everything else. Alright. It would definitely look better with the second chandelier piece right there. So I'm going to go ahead and add one. Sometimes it's hard to get this one right. So adding this one on, spinning the jump ring to where when I add the wire, it's automatically going to be on top of those other two. Alright. That looks better with that piece. It's not laying right. There we go. Let's see. It's laying a lot better now. Jump ring was all twisted. There we go. Alright, so now I just need to add the little hanger. It'll take me 2 seconds to go. Just use these little hooks. Stick with the big jump rings for the top also. Keep the look consistent all the way through. I've only used these big jump rings so far. Until this step right here, I'm going to put 2 of these small ones on. I put 2 on because I feel like it makes that joint stronger. Whereas if I was to just do 1, a lot of the strength of this piece is resting in this one little jump ring. So I would either do a split ring, which is like impossible to pull apart, or 2 of these because that's also way harder to pull apart. And then for the hook, I'm just going through that. And there we have it. It's all done. Let me move this. There we go. Ta-da! I would normally add gemstones also. That will take me a second if I was to show that in video. But there we have it. In case anyone needed to know how to put these together, like if you have your own mold and just needed some inspiration, that's how I do mine. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit subscribe.